What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're just down on one of the properties we have permission on down in southern Iowa, checking cameras that we put out a month ago and making some mock scrapes. So I'm going to walk you through right now the process that we use to make our mock scrapes that have been successful for us. So what we start out as, you want a good travel area. Right here we're on an outside corner. All the deer filter through here along this creek bed to go out to feed at night. So you want a licking branch between shoulder and belt buckle or belly button high. You can see our licking branch over here from last year's all broken off. So what we did is we're going to use this higher branch, and we've got the vine from Scrape Fix that we're going to use on the higher branch just to lower it down into the deer's area that they can reach. But other than the licking branch, you also have to clear any vegetation or debris from the ground. You want just bare dirt on the ground. It's a visual attraction and a scent attraction for them. They can smell the fresh dirt, and they can smell any deer that have been licking or rubbing their forehead glands on the vine. So we're going to pair the vine up with the Scrape Fix Velvet product they just came out with, and we'll show you the results of that. So first, all we're going to do is take our weed eater and clear all the vegetation off the ground. Alright, so I got all the vegetation down to bare earth, you can see here, and cleared a path for the camera. You definitely want to cut any tall grass in front of your camera so you don't get false positive images. But now we're going to take the new Scrape Fix Velvet. This is developed for summertime patterning of whitetails, and just give a couple puffs on the vine and then a couple puffs on the ground, and that's all you need.
The light was on too. I think someone's fucking with the camera.
I think Mark forgot to turn them on. What do you guys think? That's 2 cameras now that have still been in setup mode for a month and a half. 0 pictures. Now, how many of you guys have had that happen to you? You set these cameras up trying to get pictures of big bucks in the summer velvet. You let them soak for a good month and a half. I mean, you come back expecting a couple booners, several Pope and Youngs, and it's still in setup mode. Never even turned the camera on.
I mean, it's on.
I don't know what to do with this guy. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
This one was probably me. I'm pretty sure the last one wasn't. So I remember weed eating the last one. Anywho.
You heard it there, folks. The camera wasn't on. We got no pictures. But we have, out of 3 cameras we've checked, we had 1 camera that was on, and we have pictures. So we'll take a look at those later. I like the way you work that vine.
Just take some of this purple shit right here, and you go.
That's it. Mock scrape number 2 with the vine. So I'll show you guys later Either I'll get the drone out tomorrow or show you on some aerial maps, but the locations that we're choosing for these scrapes, because that's also just as important as the scrape itself. They've got to be travel corridors. To develop a community scrape like that, you got to have them in travel corridors. So I'll go over a little bit of that with you guys, because I get a lot of questions about that stuff. So
From who?
from guys like Mike, who just doesn't understand the power of a mock scrape. We're about to set up another mock scrape right here. And what this is, it's two fingers that jut out of big timber, and a lot of these deer will travel the edge, or they'll come out between these two fingers out to feed at night, because it adds a little bit of cover for them as they're getting closer to the field. We've got the low-hanging branches. So Mike's adding the vine to the branch. You can see this is the first year we've used these vines. Last year we just had a piece of paracord hanging on there. Similar concept, but I think the vine will be even more effective. The vine will hold the powder better, holds the scent better, and it looks more realistic. So we had several good bucks on this scrape last year. So I'm expecting the same again this year. Alright, we're here at another spot. You can see another mock scrape set up on an inside corner this time. Mike just got the vine hung, putting the scrape fix both on the vine and down in the bare earth that we cleared off. But I'll definitely show you guys this spot on the drone tomorrow. I'll put it up. It's pretty windy today, but just to give you an idea of some of the areas and land contours that we're using to determine where to put these mock scrapes. But you can see this one's on the inside corner of a CRP. This is where I killed my 160 a couple years ago with the muzzleloader. And we've got an archery stand right up in the tree, right up there. Oops, let me get the camera turned. It's right up there. Can't see it with all the cover right now. But so it's a good spot. The deer transition. There's two deep draws that come in through the timber. So the deer have to come through this fence row to get around them if they want to come around this side. Otherwise they've got to go all the way out to the crop field on the north side of this timber. So it's a perfect area for a mock scrape. Again, guys, to kind of go over the keys to successful mock scrapes and creating community mock scrapes. So the number one key is location. The best location is on the inside corner of a field edge. There's no doubt about it, that's the best spot to start a mock scrape, and it's also probably one of the best spots to hang a tree stand. It's a great transition area. Those deer are coming out to that edge before they move out into the field. They're staging up right there. So after inside corners, the next best spot is good travel routes. So if you have logging roads through the woods that connect, or major deer trails, deer runs through the woods that connect in a location, X marks the spot. Set your mock scrapes up where the trails intersect. And then after that would be vegetation and cover transitions. So a transition from a very thick area to a thinner area, or a transition from a swamp to hardwoods, or a hillside to flat ground. Those transitions are also really good areas to set up mock scrapes. You can see in the video most all of our mock scrapes are on field edges. We like to hunt the edges. We don't normally go into the timber and pressure the deer in there. Usually all the deer are coming out to the edge. So the number one key is location. If it's not in the right location, deer are not going to use it. There's no doubt about that. The second thing is licking branch height. You got to have your licking branch low enough where the deer can reach it regularly without getting on their hind feet. So on most people, that's from your shoulders to your belt buckle. Deer standing up is probably only 48 inches tall at its back. So you got to make sure your licking branches are low enough. And then the last thing is clear the ground underneath your licking branch. It's got to be bare dirt. If there's leaves or grass there, the chances of a major community mock scrape starting are not very good. So thanks again, guys, for tuning into the video and checking out the channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.